The arrival of the alien companions, after years of war and rising anger among the people, Earth's leaders agreed to try something new. They signed a peace contract with the Galactic Union. That contract promised to bring comfort and balance to human lives. The Union offered a strange solution. Each human citizen would receive a stress relief alien girl. She would be soft-spoken, kind, and trained to help with emotions. These girls were not soldiers. They were peaceful, loyal, and always followed orders. The day of distribution came. People across cities stood in long lines. Excitement filled the air. Some joked, some whispered, some even made lists of what they wanted their alien girl to do. These alien girls were beautiful. Their skin came in different shades, some light blue, some silver, some golden. They had soft voices and large eyes. Most people were happy. Their alien girl smiled and said, "How can I serve you, master?" Liam did not feel excited. He lived alone in a small apartment and worked long hours in a machine factory. He didn't want a servant or a pet. But the law said every adult must accept one. So he stood in line like the others. When it was his turn, a machine opened a silver pod. Inside, there was a girl with pale green skin and silver-white hair. She was curled up like a scared animal. She looked up at him but did not speak. She pulled the blanket tighter around herself. Liam blinked. "Hello?" he asked gently. She said nothing. The worker near the pod looked confused. "This one's quiet," he said. "But she's yours now. Name's 9LX. She should warm up in a day or two." Liam nodded and walked home with her. She followed him silently, barefoot and nervous. When they reached his room, he offered her food. She did not touch it. He pointed to the bed. She sat on the floor. He asked if she wanted a change of clothes. She turned her face away. That night, Liam couldn't sleep. From the corner of his eye, he saw her sitting by the wall, wrapped in the same blanket, her back to him. She hadn't moved for hours. She was different. He knew it, and not in a small way. The other men he worked with bragged about how their alien girls bathed them, massaged their shoulders, and obeyed every command. Some even joked about how they never needed to feel alone again. But Liam's alien did not even speak her name. The next morning, he tried to return her. He stood in line again at the issue center. "I think there's a problem," Liam told the woman at the counter. "She doesn't speak. She doesn't listen. I think she's broken." The woman scanned her chip and frowned. She's not listed as broken. Wait." She tapped the screen again and again. Her face grew pale, then her voice changed. "Sir, please step away. Do not bring her here again." "What?" Liam asked. "She is marked D-Class. Do not replace. You are now her only handler. You are not allowed to trade her." "What does that mean?" "I can't tell you. It's above clearance level. Just take her and don't ask again." Liam left, confused and worried. That night, he tried once more to talk to the girl. "You can sleep on the bed if you want," he said. She looked at him for the first time. Her eyes were large and filled with something he couldn't name. Fear? Pain? A secret? "I won't touch you. I don't want to hurt you," he added. She finally spoke. Her voice was soft and broken. "They gave me to you because they want me hidden." Liam's heart stopped. What did that mean? Hidden from whom? Before he could ask, she curled back under the blanket. Silence returned. But now Liam couldn't stop thinking. Why did the system mark her "do not replace"? Why did she speak as if she were running from someone? And what did she mean by hidden? He didn't know it yet. But this quiet, broken alien girl was not here to serve. She was here to survive, and very soon, both their lives would change forever. Secrets under her skin days passed, but the alien girl still remained silent. She didn't smile. She didn't cry. She simply stayed in the corner of Liam's small room, holding her blanket tightly. Most people in the building were enjoying their alien companions. They laughed, danced, and showed off their girls in the open park nearby. Liam, however, kept his door shut. He didn't feel proud. He felt uneasy. One night, Liam came home from work later than usual. The factory had been overloaded with new orders. His body hurt, his mind was tired, and all he wanted was to rest. But as he opened the door, he noticed something strange. The alien girl wasn't in the corner. He looked around. The window was closed. The door was locked. Then he saw her crouched near the sink. Her back was facing him, her blanket pulled down to her waist. A soft blue light glowed across her skin, moving like waves. It wasn't just her skin, it was something under it. Liam froze. The lines on her back looked like patterns, not natural ones. They were too perfect, too sharp. Like symbols or machines. He spoke quietly. "What's that on your back?" The girl quickly pulled the blanket up and turned away. She didn't speak. "Are you hurt?" Liam asked, taking a step closer. She whispered something, but he couldn't. "Here. Please," he said. "I just want to help." She turned slowly. Her eyes met his. They were wide and scared. "It's not injury," she said. "It's what I am." "What do you mean?" he asked. She looked down. "I was not made for this program." Liam's breath caught in his throat. "I was created in a different project," she continued. "One for war, not peace. But I escaped. They changed my ID chip and placed me here." "Who is they?" Liam asked. She shook her head. "I cannot say. If I do, they might find us." Liam sat down slowly. His heart was racing. The others received soft, obedient girls, creatures built only for comfort. But his companion had glowing lines under her skin and a hidden past. He felt like he was living with a secret weapon. "You can call me Zira," she said softly. He nodded. "Okay, Zira, my name is Liam. I think you already know that." Zira looked up. "I know everything about you. They made sure of it." "What do you mean?" "Before the pod was sent, your file was downloaded into me. They wanted to be sure I wouldn't hurt you." Liam felt cold. "But you said you were running from them." "Yes," she replied. "But they still track me. I'm not safe. And because of me, now you aren't either." For a long moment, Liam said nothing. Then he stood up and brought her some water. She drank slowly, never taking her eyes off him. That night, he didn't sleep. His mind was full of questions. Why was she placed with him? What were those glowing marks? Was she dangerous? But another part of him didn't feel fear. It felt sad. Sad for her. She was always quiet, always watching, always scared. The next day, while Zira was resting, Liam checked the government website. He typed in her unit number, 9LX. The screen flashed red. Access denied. High clearance only. That wasn't normal. Other people could check their companions' details easily, but Zira's file was locked. Why? He tried again using a backdoor code he remembered from his old job in system repair. The code worked, for a moment. A screen popped up. Warning. Unit 9LX is marked for observation. Do not activate behavioral scan. Subject may override system controls. Then the screen went black. Liam sat frozen in front of his computer. He wasn't supposed to know this, and now the system probably knew he tried. He looked toward Zira. She was sitting in the sunlight near the window. Her eyes were closed, her face calm for the first time. She looked like any other alien girl, but she wasn't. There was something powerful sleeping inside her, and Liam had no idea how long it would stay asleep. He now understood one thing. Zira was not just hiding from her past. She was protecting both of them from it. Surveillance and warning. It started with a small sound, barely more than a buzz. Liam ignored it at first, thinking it was just another city drone passing by. But the sound came again the next morning, then again 2 days later, always stopping right outside his apartment, always staying just a few seconds longer than it should. Something was watching them. Liam didn't tell Zira right away. He didn't want to worry her. But she already knew. One night while Liam was washing his face, Zira stood near the door and whispered, "They've found me." Liam turned fast. "Who?" Zira's voice was low. "The Directorate." He had heard the name, only in rumors. People whispered about them like shadows, never seen, never confirmed. A secret part of the Galactic Union, a group that controlled things from behind locked doors. The Directorate was not supposed to exist, but Zira had no doubt. "They sent someone?" he asked. "They always send someone first. Quiet, alone. To watch." Liam's chest tightened. His mind raced. "What do they want with you?" Zira looked down. "To erase me." She said it so calmly, like she had made peace with it. But Liam couldn't accept that. He had started to care. She still didn't. Smile often, still sat quietly for hours. But there was something different now. Softness in her eyes, the way she looked at him when she thought he wasn't watching. She was trying to trust again. That night, Liam locked the windows, blocked the vents, and turned off the lights early. But just before dawn, his old monitor flickered. The screen turned blue, then black, then words appeared in red. "Do not bond with her. She is property of the Directorate." Liam stared in shock. His hands shook. He reached to turn it off, but the screen blinked again. "Final warning. Your movements are logged." He yanked the power cord. The screen went dark. Zira stepped behind, him quietly. "They're not bluffing," she said. "They're testing you, to see if you'll protect me or turn me in." Liam's voice was firm. "I'm not giving you to anyone." Zira looked at him for a long time. That choice may cost your life, but Liam didn't care. He had already made his choice the night he brought her water instead of fear. He wasn't sure why. Maybe it was her silence. Maybe it was the pain hidden in her eyes. Or maybe it was because for the first time in his life, someone truly needed him. A few days later, a stranger knocked on his door. He wore a delivery uniform, but Liam didn't remember ordering anything. The man smiled too quickly and didn't blink enough. "I have a checkup request," the man said. "All alien units need scanning this week." Liam stepped outside and closed the door behind him. "She's sick," he lied. "Not feeling well." The man's eyes flicked toward the door. "We can wait." Liam shook his head. "She might take days to recover." There was a long pause. Then the man smiled again, but this time it was colder. "Be careful," he said. "Broken units are sometimes dangerous." He walked away without looking back. That night, Zira showed him something she had never shown before. She rolled up her sleeve and touched the inside of her arm. A panel slid open, revealing something hidden beneath her skin. A small metal disc glowing faintly with light. "What is that?" Liam asked. "It's my core memory," she said. "I erased part of it to hide. But if I unlock it, I can show you the truth. Who I really am. Why they want me dead." "Can you turn it on?" Liam whispered. Zira nodded. "Yes, but it comes with risk. The moment it activates, they'll know where I am." Liam looked at her. "Then we'll do it carefully, when we're ready." Zira stared at him for a moment, then nodded slowly. "Thank you, and for not treating me like a tool." "You're not a tool," Liam said. "You're a person." Zira closed the panel and pulled her sleeve down. She sat quietly after that. But something had changed. She didn't hide behind her blanket anymore. She started drinking the tea Liam made. She even asked him questions about music. The Watchers were still out there. The Directorate hadn't stopped. But inside Liam's small apartment, something new was growing. Trust, and the world outside had no idea what was coming next. The hidden memory core Liam didn't sleep that night, not because of fear, but because of what Zira showed him. A glowing piece of tech hidden inside her own arm. It wasn't just a chip. It was something alive, something old, and something far beyond anything Earth had ever seen. The next morning, She sat on the edge of the bed, her back straight, hands resting in her lap. Her voice was steady. "The core is damaged," she said. "I don't remember everything, but I know it's not just memories inside. It holds evidence, maps, names, plans, everything the directorate is afraid the world might see." Liam leaned forward. "And if we fix it?" Zira looked at him. "Then the truth will come out about me, about them, about the entire stress relief program." He rubbed his forehead. "But you said it's damaged." "Yes," she said. "The outer shield is cracked. I need someone who understands microcodes and deep-level firmware." Liam gave a small, sad smile. "That used to be me, before machines replaced people like me." Zira stared at him. "Then maybe this is why I was sent to you." Liam stood up, heart pounding. It wasn't just chance. It wasn't a mistake. The system had matched a broken girl with a broken man, and somehow together they made sense. He cleared off his old work table, pulled out tools he hadn't touched in years, and began. Zira laid her arm gently on the surface. Liam took a deep breath, opened the panel, and saw the damage. The core's crystal matrix was cracked like glass. Sparks moved through tiny silver lines. Data was trapped inside, screaming to get out. As he worked, Zira stayed quiet. But her eyes followed every move, not with fear, with hope. Hours passed. Liam removed burnt wires, reconnected pins, adjusted the calibration. Finally, the core flickered, then hummed softly. A soft blue light blinked twice. Then a voice, Zira's own voice, echoed from the core. "Unit ZR-1917. Class, Assassin. Mission, Infiltrate. Observe. Terminate." Liam froze. Zira looked away. "I was built to kill," she said. "Leaders, rebels, anyone they marked." The recording continued. Memory lock activated. Final command refused. Subject broke command. Subject escaped. Liam stared at her. "You refuse to kill?" Zira nodded. "I was on my last mission, but I saw a child in the room." She looked at me and smiled. Just a little smile. And I couldn't do it. Liam's throat felt tight. This alien girl, quiet, broken, afraid, had once been death itself, but she had chosen mercy. The next part of the recording shocked him more. Transfer to human colony approved. Subject memory wiped partially. Hide in plain sight. Match with human male, Liam Carter. Reason, emotional compatibility detected. He blinked hard. "They chose me? On purpose?" Zira spoke gently. "Yes. They thought you were safe. Easy. To control. They didn't know you'd care." Liam looked down at the table. All this time, he thought it was chance. But he had been picked. Not because he was strong, but because they thought he would never fight back. But now he was angry. "Can still stop them," Liam said. "We have the data." Zira's eyes were sad. "They'll come fast now. They'll try to destroy us both before we can share it." Liam nodded. "Then we don't wait." He pulled out a hidden backup drive, one he had kept from his factory job. "We upload this to an off-grid terminal. Send it to every news stream, public forum, and open signal." Zira touched his hand. "If we do this, they'll know I've activated my core." "I know," Liam said. "But maybe it's time they stopped winning." That night, they packed what little they had. Zira wore a simple cloak. Liam carried the drive in his pocket. The data inside could tear the entire system apart. Behind them, drones started flying lower. Government eyes were closing in. Time was running out. But for the first time, Zira didn't look afraid, she looked ready. The day the system crashed, the city woke to silence. No drones in the sky, no morning alerts, no system voice in the air telling citizens to begin their daily tasks. Just silence. And in that silence, something powerful was breathing. Something broken and forgotten was waking up. It started the moment Zira's core data hit the satellite node. Liam had slipped the drive into an old maintenance port deep in the subway tunnel. one that still connected to forgotten emergency lines. Once the upload began, there was no going back. Zira stood beside him, her hand pressed to her chest. "They know," she whispered. "I can feel the lock break." Liam nodded. "Let them come." And they did. Black vans rolled into the streets, silent and fast. No markings, no lights. Inside, agents with blank faces scanned for signals. Every alien girl in the city paused, blinking in confusion. Their eyes flickered. Their minds felt something cracking. Inside their homes, humans noticed. Some alien girls dropped to their knees. Others stood still, whispering numbers. And some, just a few, screamed. One of those screams came from Zira. It wasn't pain. It wasn't fear. It was something else. A call. A signal. A message not in words, but in memory. The moment she screamed, every other alien girl in the network received it. They didn't just hear her. They remembered. A cascade of memory flooded. Their minds, experiments, cages, programming, cold hands forcing them to smile and obey. And the lie they were told, that they were created to comfort. Now the truth echoed across them like thunder. They had been weapons, trained, programmed, erased, and now, awakened. Across the city, alien girls began to move, not with fear, but with purpose. In the central plaza, one alien girl stepped forward, broke her wrist collar and stared directly at the drone above her. She raised her voice, her first word since arrival. "I am not yours." Then everything fell apart. Drones short-circuited mid-air. Electric signs blinked into static. Government control stations lost contact with half their units. And in Liam's small apartment, an old monitor screen lit up again. Core data received. Truth unlocked. Distributing files. Panic hit the directorate, like a punch. Inside their control room, alarms screamed. Officers shouted. "Who authorized ZR-117? One demanded. "Her core was supposed to be wiped." "Well, it wasn't. Find her, kill the human." But it was too late. By the time the files reached the global net, citizens across Earth saw the truth. They saw secret footage of alien girls being tortured, reprogrammed, forced into obedience. They saw Zira's last mission, how she refused to kill a child. They saw Liam's home, and her soft voice saying, "I don't want to be a weapon anymore." People were stunned, angry, betrayed, and in that chaos the system broke. The directorate lost control. Back in the tunnels, Zira fell to her knees. Her skin pulsed with blue light, her core burning hot. "They'll find us soon," she said. Liam reached for her hand. "Then we keep running." But Zira shook her head. "No more running." She looked at him with calm, glowing eyes. "I gave them back their minds, but if they catch me, they'll try again. They'll rebuild the program. We need to go deeper, where they can't reach." Liam hesitated. "Where?" "There's a place outside the signal fields," she said, "where old tech sleeps. If we reach it, I can hide the final key. Even if I'm gone, the truth will live." Liam helped her stand. Behind them, the city was on fire, not with flames, but with truth. People protested in the streets. Alien girls stood with humans who refused to give them up. The system was no longer in control, but the fight wasn't over, and Zira's core was burning faster. Escape to the off-grid zone. The wind outside the city was sharp and dry, cutting through layers of clothing like blades. Liam had never felt so cold, not just in his body, but in his soul. Behind them, Earth's most advanced city was falling apart, its glowing towers flickering, its skies empty of drones. But ahead was only wasteland. They had escaped under the cover of the digital blackout. With the system in chaos, scanners were down, patrols confused, orders lost. But it wouldn't last. The directorate would recover. And when they did, they'd come hunting with full force. Zira walked in silence beside him. Her cloak was torn, her steps slower now. The light from her core had dimmed. Every time Liam looked at her, he saw strength. Real strength. Not the kind taught in training, but the kind that grows through suffering. What happens if your core burns out completely? Liam asked as they passed an abandoned signal tower. I'll lose memory, she replied softly. Maybe even identity. You mean, forget me? She gave a weak smile. That would be the worst part. They kept moving. Their destination was something few believed still existed. Zone 0, a forgotten place where the oldest satellites once connected before the Union rewrote Earth's tech. A dead zone. Off-grid. No cameras, no trackers, no surveillance, just silence and rust. Only a few knew how to reach it. Liam was one of them. His father had worked in the old systems, back when machines needed humans. Before digital AI took full control. He used to take Liam out here past the fences near the mountains. If one day the world goes mad, he used to say, this is where you run. Now they were here. And the world had gone mad. Zira's steps slowed more. Her hands shook. We're close, Liam said. Just over that ridge. She nodded but didn't speak. They reached the entrance, a cracked bunker door buried under stone and dust. Liam wiped the metal clean and entered a series of codes. The door opened with a slow, grinding groan. Inside was dark, but safe. The walls were lined with old tech, screens with wires, buttons instead of touch. Zira stepped inside and immediately collapsed to her knees. Liam ran to her. Zira! She opened her eyes. The core. It's reaching final phase. He helped her onto an old chair. What do I do? Zira pointed weakly at the central console. Plug me in. There's a beacon. One last message. If I can send it, the signal will spread across every satellite. Not just on Earth. The galaxy will hear. Liam found the cable, shaking as he connected it to her core port. The moment it clicked, the room lit up. The console flared to life. Old screens buzzed. Data poured in. Zira's voice filled the room. Not the Zira beside him, but a version from the past, confident, trained, dangerous. Project Eden. Objective. Create perfect programmable life forms. Distribute across human systems as comfort units. Real purpose. Infiltrate, monitor, and suppress rebellion before it starts. The words rolled like thunder. More data followed. Documents, test videos, training files, everything the Directorate hid for decades. Zira gasped, her body trembling. Liam ran to her side. You did it, it's working. She looked up, eyes glowing bright one final time. If the beacon reaches them, they will know what was done. They will stop pretending peace exists. But you, Liam said, choking on his words. You'll burn out, Zira smiled. Then remember me. And with that, her light faded. But the console kept humming. The final file activated. A signal burst from the bunker, an ancient wave that skipped through the old satellites, leapt from signal to signal, bypassing the Directorate's firewall. It was raw, unfiltered truth, and across the stars, ships and systems began to listen. The choice that changed everything. The stars didn't blink. They watched in silence as a forgotten signal, born in Earth's ashes, screamed into space. It was not a cry for war. It was a message of pain, of betrayal, of memory. And at the heart of it, one girl's voice. Her name was Zira. Liam sat beside her motionless body, the cold bunker filled with the soft hum of ancient tech. Her skin no longer glowed. Her chest did not rise. But her final act had echoed louder than any weapon. Across Earth and now far beyond it, the truth she carried was no longer a secret, and the world would never be the same. Liam didn't move for hours. He listened as the console repeated her message on loop. Her voice was steady and clear. I was made to serve, but I chose to live. I was programmed to obey, but I chose to remember. You may erase me, but you cannot erase the truth. Then the screen dimmed. Silence returned. Liam stood up slowly. His body ached. His mind raced. Zira had done what no army could. But something deep inside him whispered, this wasn't over. As the days passed, the signal grew. Human networks couldn't block it. Alien satellites couldn't ignore it. One by one, planets in the Union began to question the system. Protests broke out. Officers resigned. And everywhere, alien girls once used for silence began to speak. Back on Earth, the Directorate launched a message of denial. But no one believed them. They had controlled the truth for too long. Now they couldn't even control the story. Liam emerged from the bunker weeks later. His hair was longer, his eyes tired. In his hand, he carried Zira's memory core, dark, now but still warm, as if a part of her was holding on. He traveled from city to city telling people what she had done. At first they didn't listen. But then others joined him, humans who had bonded with alien companions, alien girls who remembered pain, those who had nothing to gain but everything to lose. A movement grew, and at the center of it, Liam never once took credit. He simply said, I knew her. Years passed. Statues rose, not of soldiers, not of kings, but of a small alien girl with light in her veins and fire in her soul. Her eyes carved in stone, her story taught in schools. They called her Zira, the first who chose. In a quiet garden built on the ruins of the Directorate's tower, Liam sat under a tree. Children played nearby, and the world, though not perfect, was freer than ever before. Beside him, a young alien girl sat, curious and bright. Is it true? She asked. She didn't fight with weapons? Liam smiled softly. She fought with memory. She fought by saying no when they told her yes. The girl thought for a moment. Was she afraid? Yes, Liam said. But she was brave anyway. The girl looked at the sky. Do you think she's out there? Liam held the core gently. She's everywhere now. And as the wind moved through the leaves, a faint light flickered within the core just once, as if she had heard, as if she had never truly left. The end. Back in the bunker, Liam sat beside her, holding her cold hand, heartbroken. But outside, a new world had just begun.